21 Rust mistakes that ruin your game. The number of Rust players keeps growing, and sadly, most of them don't know this game at all. So today, let's change that and fix some of the most common mistakes in the game settings, building, PvP and general gameplay, using tips that even pro players don't know. Make sure to watch the entire video, because the last few tricks will definitely blow your mind. And remember that the like and subscribe options are still available on YouTube, so use them, it's completely free. Let's start by changing a few things in the game settings. This can have a huge impact on the outcome of your PvP or an entire raid, giving you an advantage over other players. The first and quite important setting will be the new optimized load option in the experimental tab, which can dramatically increase your load time getting into server. Based on the test results, the improvement is about 20% for this option. The next and even more important setting is max shadow lights in the graphics tab, which should never be set to max. This prevents light from passing through buildings at night, meaning you can't see anything, while your enemies can see every inch of your body. Another setting that will give you an advantage, but this time it comes handy on the oil rig, because it has these gaps that you can see through. But if you set the object quality to 0, you can see through and even shoot through them. Now let's go to the user interface section and turn on this setting. You can see for yourself what this option does. One more setting which should always be off. I'm talking about maxgibs. However, setting it to 0 will not be enough. For maximum impact, we'll have to type this command into console. The difference is tremendous. We completely removed all pieces of the destroyed building, and along with that, all starters were gone. And one more useful tip from me. Every hour, type this command into console. The garbage collector considers unreachable objects garbage and releases the memory allocated for them. I don't understand a single word. But anyway, this will help you to get rid of lags and increase your FPS. Or just make a simple bind like this. Now, while playing, just press J to increase your FPS. Let's move on to the second section. I see a lot of people making this mistake, even pro players. Think about the location of your airlock before placing the doors. As you know, there are only two ways to place them, inside or outside. Let's say you were killed by a door camper and left your doors open. In the first case, he will have a chance to break your sleeping bag, or even steal some loot if you have boxes close to the exit. But in the second case, he won't even be able to get in, so you don't have to worry. This leads us to the second mistake. Always put your TC in the corner where you made an exit, because if you have made the wrong airlock, in addition to a broken sleeping bag, you're also going to lose your TC if your enemies have fire arrows. But if you move the TC to another corner, you can protect yourself from this. If you enjoy playing in 2x2 bases, always upgrade doorways in metal. If you leave them in stone, enemies can use a hammer to find your loot room. Never put shop front this way, because when it's placed like this and then you try to place a box, you have to come really far out from the wall. But if you put it like this, you can place boxes right up against there. And if you're worried about soft siding, it takes over 800 spears to soft side this. The last building mistake related to your compound, and it's still a common mistake that many players make. You are placing the walls, and then it comes time for the gate. So here's normally what you do. Place your gate, lock it, open it up, and then you place your airlock. However, it is absolutely useless, because you can put a ladder on this wall and get in without taking any damage. So make sure to replace the normal gates with gatehouses, like this. The laser sight is an absolute game changer, but it has a huge disadvantage. Whenever it's on, your enemies can easily spot your location. So, to avoid this, we're gonna use this command. And now your light will only turn on when you start shooting. I'm sure you've used binoculars the wrong way before, because in addition to zooming in, you can also ping your enemies. Or you can pin notes to tell your teammates where to go. There are 6 options available. And to enable this option, Go into menu, go to controls, scroll down, and here you have this option, so just bind whatever key you want. Now once you open the binoculars, hold that key and you can ping whenever you want. In the same section make sure you have a key bind for a hover loot. By pressing this button you can loot 10 times faster, but if you hold Alt at the same time, you can quickly change clothes during fights. If you find the hazmat, don't wear it. Keep it in the fast slot, that way you won't draw too much attention, but once PvP starts, you can press one button and surprise your enemies. Always take barricades with you or any other items like high walls, stone barricades or even fridge. During PvP you will find it very useful. Be ready to get raided. You should have a sleeping bag with a small box, with some resources to save your base, and a set to fight your enemies. Also, make sure you have some sleeping bags with stashes around your base, so you can get back and fight quickly. Stay tuned for game updates. Check the face punch site before the global wipe, or watch videos of other YouTubers that show updates. Devs may remove some bunkers from the game in an update, and if you do not know about it, this can ruin the whole wipe for you. Never farm full inventory at once, especially if you are playing solo. I don't think I need to explain why. You can find where anyone lives by walking next to a base and checking their contact. If it says "seen now", they live at that base, so you can get revenge on those pesky door campers. Want to know how to make your base illegal? By combining a floor stack system with indestructible bunker. Or how to completely hide your turret to make an insane trap base.